All right, man. This video is about why fasting attracts God. Over my
physical reality is a shadow of a larger
short life,
reality.
I found that fasting probably is the best thing for me, and the fact that when you look back in history, people weren't eating every single day, every single hour of the day, especially not eating this fast food stuff that we have all the time that really doesn't have nutrients. And if it does, it's high in calories. So your body's just flooded with a whole bunch of sugar and salt, which is not used to eating. So I figured fasting makes me feel better because it levels me out throughout the day instead of crashing, waking up still tired, then going to sleep anyway to wake up tired. So I decided to start a 16-hour fast or around a 20-hour fast, which really it's not too bad. It's really eating from
when I first saw that, because
this one really want to play. It's from eating from 2 to 6, which is the 4-hour window, or shifting it a little further where you can eating at 4 and stop eating at 8, because the rest of the time your body has to digest and repair itself. If you have food in your stomach, it can't repair itself. So that's really what fasting came from. Plus, really, nobody had that much food back in the day, but now we're farm and food is everywhere. Or the 8-hour window, which is easier for everybody, but you also have to eat better. Cut down the processed food. You still can eat it, just don't eat it every day. I know it's good. It's sweet. It's savory. It's all that. But you got to let it go if you want to be a better person overall and feel good. You be leveled all day. So try the fasting. But we about to see this video. I know I went into a whole rant. This is why fasting attracts God. This is what this video is about. God
created the human body as a finely tuned physical engine of enormous power. But it requires fuel to keep operating. So why would anyone choose to go hungry? The world calls not eating dieting, and usually does it to lose weight or for health reasons. But some go without eating for spiritual reasons. This is referred to in the Bible as fasting.
Why is that
a fast
picture
is typically held for a set period of time
Hello.
in order to achieve a
I'm sorry, y'all. Am I tripping? Is that it? Oh, that's definitely not his arm. I thought that was his arm. He had his arm up, but they made it that way. It's blurry.
A fast is typically held for a set period of time in order to achieve a spiritual goal. Jesus said to his disciples, when you fast. Matthew 6:16-18. When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. 17. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face. 18.
Okay.
So that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen. And your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you.
Okay. Basically do it for the Lord, not do it for people around you.
We were outside.
When you give up food, both enjoyable and necessary, you draw God's attention. Even back then, Jesus warned us not to flaunt our fasting. Jesus warned his disciples not to fast for public acclaim. The fact that he says, whenever you fast, indicates that he regards fasting as a legitimate spiritual discipline. To fast is to temporarily abstain from a bodily craving, usually food, for the sake of a spiritual need. Instead of eating, you devote yourself to secret prayer, seeking God's intervention in the kingdom. If you've never fasted before, the thought of going without food for any length of time is probably frightening.
Frightening. That's funny.
Such as, can I hold out?
You think
They don't want to embark on a journey they won't be.
You know what the problem is? When you think about fasting and dieting and all that, you're focusing on food. So the thing you're focusing on, you're going to want, your body's going to crave it and it's going to want it. And it's kind of used to a system. You have like a cycle where you eat first thing in the morning, lunch and dinner. People are used to doing that, but your body doesn't need that. It's just used to having it all the time. So the best thing for you to do is just do something where you don't have to think about food, because you don't need it. You have the fat reserves already on your body, and your body needs to fix itself. This is what the mutations, and your body has to split its cells to keep going, right? If you have food, your body is like in overdrive trying to do the food and be in the best equilibrium.
Be able to complete. Others are concerned about how
But I'm
their
talking the
friends
wrong
will
way.
perceive them
You're talking
if
about
they
God
fast.
right now.
The answer
I'm being
is simple.
selfish.
You don't fast to impress your friends, and you usually don't even tell them. As previously stated, Jesus said, "When you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you do not appear to men to be fasting, but to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly." Matthew 6:17-18. Jesus was reminding us not to make an outward show of our religious dedication to God. Fasting, on the other hand, is a private commitment between you and God. You can fast privately and not tell anyone.
Okay.
Other times you will participate in a public fast, such as with your church or another individual. Fasting is a biblical discipline that can help anyone improve their spiritual fitness and become a prayer.
Are these words in the Bible, or is this the video saying that? Because that's kind of sketchy. Because you can fast by yourself. Okay, I understand that. Or you can fast in a church or recreational. That's kind of weird. Coming straight. That's kind of weird. Because churches weren't a thing yet. I think. Were churches a thing before the Bible? I don't
prayer
know.
warrior for God. Some believe that Christians do not require discipline. However, we build our strength through spiritual exercises. We must remember that we are Christ's soldiers. A good soldier is well versed in a variety of disciplines. Fasting is just one of a Christian's many disciplines. Fasting, like climbing a mountain, is both spiritually and physically demanding. Set out on this adventure with a clear understanding of what you're doing and the knowledge that the road ahead may be difficult, but the benefits will be well worth it. Start small if this is your first fast. God will honor your first step of faith, which may appear small to others but be a giant one for you. God is also concerned about your heart's response during a fast. Your attitude is a very serious part of your fast. Just like when a man proposes to a woman, it is not the length of his proposal that gets a yes, but his heart. So when you start fasting,
That's how you get your
don't
girl,
worry
lady.
about
What?
how long your fast should last. Just
how you
make
get your
sure
girl, man.
relationship with God is in good working order. God is aware of everything. He understands and values the sincerity of your prayers over and above their length. So, if you've never fasted before, start with a one-meal skip fast. In the Old Testament, Jews were required to fast for 1 day on Yom Kippur every year.
What is
The day
that?
began at sundown and ended at sundown the following day, according to the Jewish calendar. God taught the Jews how to count their days. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Genesis 1:5. Plan to start your fast when the sun goes down, or perhaps a little before the sun goes down. This means you are going to do without the normal evening meal, then skip breakfast and lunch the following day. After the sun went down, most Jews broke their fast by eating a normal meal.
Dang.
If you're fasting for a specific answer to prayer, invite someone else to pray and fast with you. There's strength in numbers. Jesus said, Matthew 18:18.
Why are they so close? Like,
truly, I tell you,
that's kind of awkward to me. I don't know why he's so close doing that.
whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven.
Loosed?
Again, truly I tell you, that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. These verses are not just about prayer. They are also about the commitment we make in agreement with someone else. Purposeful fasting. When you're getting ready to fast, look deep within your heart to find out why you're fasting. Make a list of your cause. Put it down on paper so you can see it with your own eyes. When you keep a cause wrapped up in your mind, it can become blurred or vague. You may have a
write it down is
idea
better.
about why you should
That makes
fast
sense.
right now, but take the time to write down your reasoning. It will sharpen your focus if you see it written down.
Yeah, I gotta start writing
Plan
again, man.
everything. Don't enter your fast casually or with a hit or miss attitude. Plan to succeed. Make a firm commitment to fast for one day, regardless of the circumstances. What kind of fast? Types of fasts. The absolute fast. This is a fast where you eliminate
Food
all
and
food
water.
and water. Paul followed this type of fast for 3 days after he saw the Lord Jesus on the road to Damascus and was struck blind. And he, Paul, was 3 days without sight and neither ate nor drank.
Oh, sight.
Acts 9:9.
Who, I'm blind, bro? What?
In your first fast, do not follow the absolute fast. This fast is intended for those who are deeply distressed or who are fasting to solve a severe problem, such as deliverance from an addiction or protection from a spiritual adversary. The normal fast. During this fast, you avoid all solid foods and drink only liquids. Fasting is most often used in the Bible to refer to people who do not eat solid food.
For the longest time, well, not the longest time, but when I was a kid, you didn't know like the second definition or meaning of the word fast, and some people use it. You just think of speed. Like, what are you talking about? Fast. Why would I eat food fast? Like, what? It's stupid stuff.
The issue of drinking liquids is usually omitted. In those days, he, Jesus, ate nothing, and afterward, when they had ended, he was hungry. Luke 4:2. There is no mention of Jesus drinking liquids. When people fast, what do they drink? Many people cut out enjoyable drink items like soda and various types of fruit drinks. This corresponds to the Old Testament description of them afflicting themselves and fasting. The partial fast.
What does that mean?
In this fast, you eliminate certain liquids or certain solids, but not all liquids and solids. This is also called the Daniel fast.
Oh,
Whatever
vegan?
fast you choose as your first, keep in mind that it is
cold vegan really is fast. I'm not even gonna lie. If you eating just lettuce, that's crazy. Lettuce and cucumber, but that'll really be like the watermelon diet is crazy. That's good. I know that. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Fast is really the natural way of living. We're not supposed to eat food every hour on the hour. When do you give yourself a break? When does your body have time to resort the energy somewhere else, man? You sleep, don't you? You cut your brain off for a while. Let your stomach do the same thing. But yeah. My God.